Ephesians chapter 4, and let's look at verse 1. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, I beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. Walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. So, Paul here says there is a vocation. That word vocation has reference also to our calling, or our ministry, or the assignment that God has given to us. It's a walk worthy of the vocation, the calling wherewith you are called. That means the people he was writing to had a calling. They had a vocation. Okay, they had an assignment from God. There is something that God has assigned them to do, or that God wants them to do. And so he told them that call upon your life, that vocation, walk worthy of it. That also means make the best out of it. Let it be, do it with value. Okay, do the work of the Lord that is in your hand with all sense of value. Add honor to it, add value to it. Don't see it as an ordinary work. Don't see it as a menial thing. See it as something that requires your totality, your commitment, your dedication. That's what he's saying here. Walk worthy of it. It's a high calling that God has given to us as believers. Paul was writing here to believers. He wasn't writing to pastors. Because when we talk about calling, the first thing that comes to people's mind is, I'm not a pastor. I'm not an apostle. I'm not a man of God, in quotes. I'm not a woman of God. But then they forget that the calling of God upon our life is not just only ministry. When I mean ministry, I mean pulpit ministry. Every child of God has a calling upon his life. You've got to know that every child of God has a calling. And that calling is a ministry. That calling is an assignment. Once you become a Christian, once you become born again, you have been called into service. That's what we call Christian service. And it's for all believers, not just church workers, in quote. It's for all believers. All believers are workers. All children of God are workers. They must carry that consciousness. And until we start carrying that consciousness of, I'm a worker, we may not really stretch and give ourselves to the work of the Lord. Every one of us. When we talk about ministry,